Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. So we know that Neo ES8 December sales propelled it to China's best-selling large SUV and became the latest trend for three-row SUVs in China. Firefly, in the meantime, reaches 40,000 units delivered. Yes, the same polarizing Firefly. Now, what does it mean for the Neo ES8? It shows that the Chinese people love their large SUVs, but the technologically advanced ones. And this proves that the ES9 that's coming will be a good seller in that segment as well. But as Firefly reached 40,000 cumulative deliveries on Saturday, implying that NIO's compact car brand delivered approximately 586 vehicles in the first 10 days of January, slowed down, but I'll explain why. The brand led by Daniel Jin will focus on expanding into European, Asian, and American markets in 2026 this year. With no new model expected before 2027, which is expected and understandable with the amount of brands we have covering every segment, we'll see upgrades rather than new models, except of course we have the L80 coming this year, the ES9. The milestone announced by the brand on Chinese social media platform Weibo, which is another company I have some shares into, comes after the brand delivered 39,414 vehicles through the end of 2025. You heard that right. According to China Passenger Car Association data and company disclosures. December record. Firefly posted its strongest month since launch in December, delivering 7,084 units, a 16% increase from November's 6,088 vehicles. The performance capped a year of steady growth for the brand, which began deliveries in April, and we know it outsold its competition, despite that one YouTuber who's misleading a lot of people called it polarizing and continuously bashes the company due to emotions. You see, a lot of ladies, they go by emotion. Men don't use emotions most of the time, except for this one YouTuber who uses his own emotions instead of critical thinking and common sense. It's very sad, but monthly volumes climbed through the year, crossing 3,000 units in May, 4,000 in August, 5,000 in September, and 6,000 in November. A beautiful trend indeed. So as this trend continues, January pace slowed down. So far, 586 vehicles delivered in the first 10 days of January translate to a daily average of approximately 59 units. If maintained throughout the month of January, this pace would yield roughly 1,800 units for January, which is well below December's record. However, delivery volumes in China typically slow down during the first half of January before accelerating toward month end, particularly ahead of the Lunar New Year holiday. And the reason why I'm bringing this to you guys, you're going to have some YouTubers and analysts which is going to paint a gloom and doom picture. As we see one of them, he just did a video, I believe it was yesterday, and it was utter nonsense. I'm not going to go into it. You guys are going to see that for yourself and know exactly who I'm talking about. But anyway, this is about Firefly right now. The CPCA, which released December domestic export and wholesale figures on Friday, said January 2026 has 20 working days, one more than the same period last year, but 3 fewer than December, with Chinese New Year falling on February 16th later than last year. The association said January production and sales time is relatively ample. The brand expansion. Firefly launched in Singapore early this week. No, you know what? I have to talk about it. I have to talk about it. The YouTuber was comparing Xiaomi and how much Xiaomi has sold in a short space of time compared to Neo. It took 10 years. What this YouTuber failed to understand is Xiaomi has an established brand in China for many years and is recognized as one of the top tech companies along with Huawei in China. So obviously when they said they were going to make a car, the brand is already established. Something this YouTuber, I don't know if conveniently didn't want to mention, or like I've always said, a lot of YouTubers are using YouTube for their main source of revenue. So it's all about views, right? Let's put a false narrative, a negative narrative. And what I have come to understand and experimented with this, my own channel, is if I put a heading to make it sound like Firefly is doom and Neo is doom and gloom type scenario, this is bad, the but then when they start looking at the video, they realize, no, you're looking at a bull channel. Because I look at the long-term picture, then they get disappointed, but they click on it just to give it a click because of the anti-China sentiment in the West. Sad. But this is the mentality. So some of these YouTubers, perhaps they, want to feed off of that and get views to earn a couple dollars. This is not the channel that does that. Xiaomi is an established brand. Neo had to build a brand from the ground up. But look at what's happening now. The brand is being recognized on Chinese news, on Singaporean news, and people are aware of its superiority. Going forward, we will devastate and we will dominate, and Xiaomi will have to catch up. Remember Money Making Mitch said that. Because we have the winning business model. We are a technology company. We are an AI company. We are an EV company. We are an energy company. Remember that, boy, the next time you want to compare us to Xiaomi. But anyway, Firefly launched in Singapore earlier this week as its first market outside mainland China and part of Neo's push into right-hand drive territories. The brand is also preparing to enter Thailand in March. Neo and Firefly brands have a booth at the Brussels Auto Show, which opened on Friday. A lot of people don't know that. Gonna bring us massive awareness in Europe yet again. The event featured the launch of several new EV models, including the Kia, the Korean automaker's entry-level electric SUV, expected to be priced at 30,000 euros. Now, do you want to compare that with a Firefly? There is no comparison. Putting it in direct competition with Firefly, but there is no competition. Thank you to every Firefly family member for your trust and support, the brand wrote on Weibo. In the future, Firefly hopes to unlock inspiring mobility moments with more users and reach the next shining milestone together. You see, Hyundai, Kia, they cannot compete because we have the best minds from Germany, Europe, America, and China combined. We have the dream team. Firefly contributed 7,084 of Neo's group 48,135 total deliveries in December, alongside 31,897 from the premium Neo brand and 9,154 from the family-oriented Onvo sub-brand, and Onvo is ramping up again. The group delivered 326,028 vehicles in 2025, up 46.9% year over year. We all know that we have just became a profitable company in December, and it will be reported in February. We all know that we're going to have a full year of profitability this year, 2026, like the CEO said, with global expansion, with selling chips to the automotive industry in China, to our battery swap partners releasing cars. It's going to be sudden and it's going to be massive. This is why not one drop of sweat will roll down my cheek, because I understand what I hold, Peter Lynch. I hope you guys found this video yet again on a Saturday to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie, where from the ground level up, as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.